Yeah.
Here we are
We are
to
just
give
coming out.
BiAFRA testimony.
What I see,
I'm just telling you.
Everywhere good.
Everywhere good.
Yes.
Chukwu okike abịama na-anụ ekpere unu na-ekpe. And the prayer is working.
It's gonna work.
I'm telling you.
It's gonna
And the
work.
Mazi give a message that you people should be strong and fight the right battle, the right cause. Stand for Biafra. And the Chukwu okike abịama will take us home.
Amen.
It is a very great. Today is a joy.
It is.
It's a joy.
No, go to Pastor
It's
Rose.
a joy.
No, go to Pastor Rose. You know what? That is onye. So onye Pastor Rose. Okay, there.
I'm so happy.
Oh, so happy.
Let me tell you, it is God doing.
It is.
And we must to be.
Good. Yes, whatever you would like to call it, that is a breaking news from different sources have been reported that Simon Ekpa has been freed by the Finland government, by the Finland court. Whether it has triggered jubilation or not, but the atmosphere, people are trying to find out actually what actually transpired, whether the news that is breaking all over the place, that Simon Ekpa has been released after the Finland government has sat down, in the parliament and look at critically what transpired at the end of the day. It looks like they have severe relationship with Nigeria. We don't know what actually played out. We don't know whether the American government has intervened. We don't know whether international community intervened. But one thing is significant, that Dr. Masanga has taken it upon himself to make sure that Simon Ekpa at the end of the day was able to get justice. As being reported, in the social media, currently now that Simon Ekpa has been freed, and a certain amount running into millions of dollars or naira has been declared as compensation for that illegality that took place. In the course of that investigation also, we discovered that Finland government has a severe relationship, and we reported that somewhere along the line, the parliament stood against criminality and arrest of Simon Ekpa in Finland. Well, the pressure that is coming all over the world signifies that Simon Ekpa never committed any offense, that he has rights to freedom, he has rights to communication, he has rights of association stated by the and with what is happening within the Nigerian political context currently now, where the United States of America has come out and declared, and we are keep on seeing this kind of a thing. And remember, before now, there was an appeal that was accepted by the Finnish government and the Finnish court, and the Ekpa's political party, big law players within that political party, has actually confronted Alexander Stubb, and of course, Sena, the ambassador, Finland ambassador to Nigeria, who played a major, significant role in trying to compromise the only freest nation in the world, and they went to an extent of committing that calamity against the self-acclaimed Prime Minister of Biafra. And but a lot of people who were trying to get information around and to be able to ascertain has clearly stated that before now, Simon Ekpa actually filed an appeal to that judgment, and having stayed some time in custody, and when that judgment came, he appealed it, and it was acknowledged, and from there, everything seems to be working, underground to make sure that justice is actually obtained at the end of the day. So that's the news that's just that's breaking for now. I wonder how Abuja is going to contain themselves. I know they are actually going to receipt properly, and make sure that what is coming now might be extremely not something they actually bargained. The Finland government, in the real truth of it, actually betrayed whatever deal they entered in the Simon Ekpa's arrest. That's what we'll be bringing to you on this platform as the developments keep on unveiling in that regard. Simon Ekpa has been a free man, yes, according to the law of Finland and according to international law that guides self-determination. Whatever you are going to see now, is a return to the days of resistance, the continuous resistance and struggle for the recognition of Biafra. Biafra was declared in Latin in Finland, a few years ago, or let me say about a year ago or thereabout, and from there, we'll see a lot of people struggling to continue with the struggle. And you can see recently that the federal government also came out, and tagged the United States of America Senate, the congressmen, of being behind the planned disintegration of Nigeria. With Reno Mokri going there to actually mess up himself at the end of the day, where Ted Cruz come out and confronted and told Nigeria publicly, and directly to the federal government, and tell them there are consequences. There are consequences of what is happening in Nigeria, and why would the Nigerian government, look the other way? Why in the entire eastern region, Biafrans and Christians are being killed? That the world can no longer take that again. It looks as if the Nigeria does not understand what is actually coming. It tells you that the United States of America has acknowledged Biafra as a nation. What we are just waiting for is just the public pronunciation and the final recognition of allied forces, and of course of America, and of course of Biafrans as a nation, of Biafra as a nation. At the end of the day, that's what we are waiting for. And before that is being done, we need to understand very clearly that the quest to designate Nigeria as a country of concern does not just come from the blues. It was a result of years of gathering of information, and documentation. And I can tell you that even now, when I say people don't seem to understand the direction I'm going, I keep on saying it, that everything that's happening in Nigeria is being documented, and at the right time, according to the biblical prophecy, it will be used as an evidence against this unification that never worked for over 65 years now. Well, that is the return of the man of many parts. Let me just put it that way. The Prime Minister himself, who has been a thorn in the flesh of the conquest that is going on in Nigeria now. From what we are hearing now, everything has been formalized, for his continuation and reappearance in the public space once again. And if this news has actually, get to where it's supposed to get to, I think everybody now will sit down properly now and know that, the time has come. And when I know the time has come, like Stephen Lawson, the Jewish leader, religious leader in the United States of America, made it very clearly recently that, the persecution of Biafrans, has a limited time, and the time for the liberation has come. When you see evangelicals from the United States of America, making statements like this, you know that it is coming from the seat of power. Donald Trump himself, and when you see this kind of statement coming, trying to engage the Nigerian authorities, and they cannot be able to prove, that Christians are not being killed in Nigeria, are pretending over the reality on ground, while they are in the other way, carrying out, military and the political, infiltration and conquest in the entire old Eastern Bloc. And whatever it is, it has been confirmed that one, Simon Ekpa is not a member of any terrorist organization in Nigeria, and has never for one day used arms and invade any place, any country. What Simon Ekpa was talking about was the defense of his own people against what is happening. When the Canadian court, it don't joke with these people at all. It looks as if they are not doing anything. It looks as if their impact is not felt. But look at this little space where we don't have the likes of Masanga and Simon Ekpa, exacting authority over the reality on ground, and to checkmate excesses of this Finland invaders. Look at the new group again that came out, from the north. again, you understand? So what exactly are they looking for? The only problem they always have, the only thing they are always seeking for, is how to invade Igbo land, take over the gas in Imo State, take over the resources there, and massacre everybody. That is only the time they will be, satisfied that they have, actually conquered, and that the people they are targeting for over 100 years or thereabout now has been finally conquered. Whatever is on now in Finland, there's a widespread confirmation, jubilation, spreading. There's rumor spreading, that Simon Ekpa has been secretly, been left off the hook, pending when other things will come up. But the question is that, how did this thing happen? And one man was actually fingered in that struggle of engaging the Finland government, and that is Dr. Masanga. A lot of people might not know him. He is the president of Pan-African Institute, and he has taken it upon himself, to engage the international community, United Nations agencies, AU, and other, civil society organizations, and to present the issue of Simon Ekpa, and to ascertain that what Simon Ekpa was asking for is just self-determination, nothing else, nothing more. But unfortunately, we saw it happen. When I say that this thing has been happening for some time now, where we will see, former leaders, whether they are late now or not, they were all charged with felony, they were all charged with treasonable, charges, and the rest of them. But at the end of the day, there was liberation, there was light at the end of the tunnel. This is a breaking news. Simon Ekpa has been freed, and by the Finnish court, secretly. That's the message there, and it's moving closely and gradually, trying to do some documentation with the support of his lawyer, Kumerus, who has been, who are also had other international based human rights activists who are lawyers from different countries to back up and to fortify himself. Congratulations, to the PM of Prime Minister of BiAFRA government in Eza, Simon Ekpa. And we keep you posted on the development, and we are here and the next step is going to take at the end of the day. We are expecting a public address and appearance in that nature. So keep watching, and God bless you, and congratulations to all.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Simon Ekpa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Simon Ekpa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work, and then it has not been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is from. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed, in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria. And that one Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. Between Simon Ekpa and that terrorist, who is more deadly? who is moderately. But here we are today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Simon Ekpa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Simon Ekpa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland are waiting to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for questioning. Because the French government have done their own findings too. And they've seen that something is pushing under the ground. That this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Simon Ekpa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, why would a country like Nigeria come to tell you that Simon Ekpa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also changed hand. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government. That Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish courts, and that is why I see that Simon Ekpa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuffs. It is now a very clear indication that Simon Ekpa is innocent of all the charges leveled against him, because the Finnish government has come out to indict CDS Musa, saying that CDS Musa is the major financier of insecurity in Nigeria, and it should be tried by ICC, not just local courts. It should be tried by ICC. Enough of all these presents. We know that this one Nigeria, it can never work. No matter how we tend to rub our heads, no matter how we tend to try to patch things up, that one Nigeria cannot work. And that has always been the current state of mind that one Nigeria would not take us anywhere and that it will not work. Today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not coming out. Now, the list of people, ICC will publish names of people sponsoring banditry and sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria. Their names will be published. And when that is published, let's see how Sidia would escape it. Let's see how Sidia would escape the wrath. They have used kangaroo judgments to sentence Simon Ekpa. But today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not out. That everybody knows the reason why insecurity is still thriving in Nigeria. And it's just because of one person that claims he is protecting the masses, rather than supporting the fight for terrorism. But the question is, how long can we continue to be deceived? How long can we continue to be deceived by the Fulanis? Don't forget that the CDS is a Fulani man. How long can we continue to be deceived by a Fulani man in our own country? And tomorrow you say that BiAFRA will not exist. BiAFRA will exist. No matter how you tend to hold it, BiAFRA would exit the country. No matter how you tend to keep it, BiAFRA would exit this country. And I am sure that Masanga and Simon Ekpa will come out strong, no matter how they tend to do all this rubbish. They will come out strong. If today is the first time of coming across this channel, please kindly like this video, share it, comment for more political discourse. Thank you.